Good afternoon. We're at a high-volume car wash location this afternoon. My name is Robert Devlin from Mondo Products. We're going to be explaining the bay cleaning process from the chemical to be utilized as well as the component kits inside the cleaning kit, from white, brown, and green pads that are going to be utilized for the cleaning components inside the bay, as well as the acid-resistant brush. There will also be a handle inside the kit with a pad holder that can be utilized for the white pads, which are mainly going to be used on the wall surfaces. It's very important from a health and safety perspective that when we're inside the bay cleaning, that we make sure that we are safe. Our rain repellent safety vest coat is being worn at all times. Our nitrile gloves are being worn at all times. Safety goggles are to be worn inside when we are cleaning the bay, not safety glasses. They need to be goggles, so we have full coverage of the eye around the entire surface, as well as our hard hat inside the bay. What we're going to start with today right now is the Wash Clean product, which is to be diluted at a ratio of 6 parts water to 1 part chemical, and that chemical needs to be mixed before we start any of our cleaning process. We'll briefly go through that process right now. You will see the label on the pail. What I'm going to do in the empty pail is put the Wash Clean to the bottom of the label inside the pail. We will then take a water solution and we will fill the pail till it's full, which will give us approximately 20 liters of cleaning solution at a dilution rate of 6 parts water and 1 part chemical. I'm going to open the pail now. We want to make sure that when the pail is opened, obviously we are bending down, our goggles are on. We're going to take the lid off the pail. There's a small interior cap. That interior cap is going to be taken up and pulled off. When we're pouring any solution, we want to make sure that we're always pouring away from us, never towards us. So we will turn the pail away from us. Inside the pail, as I explained earlier, we want to fill this part of the lower part of the pail with chemical, and then we're going to fill the pail to the top with water to give us our cleaning solution. There is an anti-pour spout on these pails, so they will not splash as we're going through the pouring process. Now that we've filled to the bottom of the label on the pail, we want to make sure that we go back, we take the cap that we started with, and we put the cap directly back onto the top of the pail, and we close down so we know that that pail is now in a safe procedure and ready for somebody else coming into the bay at a later point. The water solution and lower it inside the pail so we're not creating foam, and we want to make sure that we're taking the water solution with the mixed chemistry to probably 2 to 3 inches from the top of the pail. We'll review the process depending on how much equipment or how much walls are being cleaned on the inside of the surface. We may be able to use the solution and have to refill and start this process more than once during the bay cleaning. Okay, at this stage we're going to discuss the wall cleaning. In this particular facility, there's older tiles that are inside the bay. We want to make sure that we're putting the solution on at the base area first, and we're working upwards. And when we're cleaning inside the bay, we're working in small sections of 4 to 6 feet at a time. After the chemical has had an opportunity on the wall with the brush surface to be utilized, we want to rinse that section and then move to secondary section after that. So we'll start here at the base. Now that the chemical has been applied to the surface and cleaned, we want to make sure that we go through the rinsing process and do the same procedure again where we want to rinse from bottom to top. and then rinse from top to base one more time. We've now moved to the centralized section within the bay. You can see that there's a lot of buildup of dirt towards the lower section. We're going to concentrate in this area with the white brush. We're finding that some of the areas may not be cleaning effectively only with the white brush. We're going to bring in a secondary brushing surface of the green pad to see if we can remove some of that buildup of material. Again, we're going to start at the base. Again, we're going to rinse from base to top. We can see that there's a lot of buildup on these lower sections of the tile. So I'm going to start with bringing in the green pad first. See that a lot more of the buildup is now starting to be removed. I'm going to rinse this section and then I'm going to move and utilize the brown pad next. We're now going to move to the brown pad, which is the coarsest pad that we're going to use on the inside of the bay cleaning. We're going to take the same section. And again, we're going to rinse from base to top. The cleaning process that we've gone through here has taken us probably less than 60 seconds, and we can definitely see there's been a great improvement from where we started at the base to the middle section where we are now. This is another section inside the bay towards the entrance of the wash where the customers would notice and recognize when they come in. We're going to do the same process again. We're going to start with the white brush. We're going to start at the base area. Okay, I'm quickly going to rinse that down. I'm now going to move to the green brush. See if we can remove a little bit more of the buildup of the material. We'll now finish the process by moving to the brown pad. This is a process that should be repeated on a bi-weekly and a monthly basis to make sure that the build-up is not continuous. The main car wash gantry that we're at right now, I would prefer that we're only utilizing the white pads in this area. Again, utilize the handle so the contact point of the chemistry is away. Some of the areas that have ridges or edges may require some hand scrubbing to remove them. Quickly clean the surface down. You only need to let the product sit on the surface for about 10 to 15 seconds prior to rinsing. Okay, now that you've allowed the chemical to sit on the surface, what we'd like to do again is rinse from the base to the upper area where we had started. Again, we're showing here that we do not need high pressure. The wash down fire hose will work for the rinsing. There's a section in here that I can see that's not fully cleaned during the first process. I'm going to reuse now the green brush into this surface area here. And now we'll rinse one more time. And we are back to the clean white menu. We've now moved down towards the exit end of the wash, closer to the dryer area and the rinse area. We're going to get more buildup in this area of the wash as well, simply because of the turbulence of the dryers. So we're going to start at the base area here and come up and repeat the same process. Start by rinsing again at the base and working our way up. You can see that a lot of the residual dirt has now been removed in the first pass with the white pad. I'm now going to follow the process again with the green pad, the brown pad, and then we will rinse one more time. And we'll finish with the brown pad. And rinse one more time with the base, the higher section. And then again down to the base. We're going to continue with one more section on the passenger side of the wash, down again towards the dryer. We'll start with the base section and work our way up. We also have the main arch stage for the dryers. We're going to do a section up here as well. So we will start with the white pad, as we have in the other sections. Again, we'll rinse for base, top. I'm going to repeat the process again with the green pad and the brown pad. And we'll rinse one more time from base to top. And you can definitely notice the difference between utilizing the white, the green, and the brown pad as you go through this process. The two sections I'd like to finish off the cleaning demonstration here with today are this arch area of the dryer, as well as the floor area, which contains a lot of the wax-based products that are going to residual and sit down on the surface. So we'll start with the arch. We want to start at the base, come across, and now work our way up. Here is the white pad. The majority of the dirt on the surface is only not hardened into the material itself, it will loosen with the white pad oil. The last stage of the cleaning process, we've gone through, we've done walls, we've done windows, we've done gantry, we've cleaned equipment, we've finished with the arches. We want to concentrate on the floor area, which from a health and safety perspective is probably a huge concern for our employees, as this does become a slip and fall zone. It's not cleaned on a consistent basis. So this acid brush is what we're going to utilize. We discussed earlier that the cleaning chemical inside the pail, when we are finished, we want to make sure that any residual chemical is utilized to clean the floor, the concrete floor. So none of the pail, as we bring it back into the back room, has any solution, and we're leaving that in an empty condition for any future employees coming in to clean. So I'm just going to exchange the brush. So the same handle that was used for the white brush holder can be now used for the acid brush. I'm going to pour the used solution that we have down on the floor. You can see the areas that are starting to whiten. That is the chemistry working on any of the residual dirt that's on the floor surface. We can use the brush to loosen that material that's on the floor. This again is mainly surface dirt. It does not require heavy scrubbing at any degree. We just want to make sure that that chemical is going down and is being agitated on the surface. And we have the opportunity to remove any of those hardened dirt that is built up, especially down in the dryer zone area. We're now going to rinse the floor dirt solution that we released. And just from the outside area, we're going to rinse back into the central zone and clean the floor surface back down directly to the concrete area. In review, we've gone through a number of areas and a number of cleaning equipment and safety requirements when cleaning inside the car wash bay. We really need to make sure that we're concentrating on our goggles, our repellent vests, coat, nitrile gloves, steel toe boots with slip sole, anytime we're inside the bay in that cleaning area. One section that we cleaned here a couple of minutes ago, you can see that it's now beginning to dry. This section we cleaned in probably less than 30 to 40 seconds. This is something that we can continue to do throughout the bay, and on a bi-weekly or monthly basis, we can continue that cleaning process to achieve this type of white surface walls moving forward. This area that we're seeing in the floor that we briefly cleaned a few minutes ago as well, you can see where the dirt has now been removed in this concrete area down by the dryer, and we have a non-slip surface in this zone again, where the other sections still have a buildup of dirt. Another area on the far side, now on the driver's side of the wall, same surface, same type area. Tile is a little bit more holding dirt, so we clean this process with the white pad, the green pad, and the brown pad to allow us to remove as much dirt on that surface as we can. Again, continual cleaning, bi-weekly and monthly, will assist us in maintaining a clean bay and a clean environment for our customers that are washing cars. Thank you very much.